If you want to make your food last 30 years, well, make sure you watch this video. Welcome back to Seed Time and Harvest. In today's video, we're going to be talking about proper storage technique that will help you and your family enjoy the food that you are preserving today, 30 years from now. Well, if you think about it, during the COVID pandemic, many people were running to stores facing empty shelves while others were at home enjoying the food that they have been preserving. More than likely, the technique that they have used to preserve their food would involve a Mylar bag and oxygen absorbers. These are very good components and necessary when it comes on to allowing your food to last 30 years from the storage date. So what are Mylar bags? Mylar bags are thick laminated plastic and aluminum pouches that are made to allow your food to last long without the presence of light, moisture, or oxygen. Your food will not be in contact with the aluminum because there is a parchment lining, a good lining, food safety lining within the bag. So when you put your food in there, you should be safe and no concern that your food will last a long time and you'll be able to enjoy good, healthy food. So this pouch, when combined with an oxygen absorber, make your food last 30 years. These two products are, I wouldn't say all you need because you will need a garden, but that's what you need for your 30-year shelf life. When you purchase your oxygen absorber, they will come from 50 cc all the way up to 2000 cc, and you'll use them based on the type of bag you're using. Your Mylar bags will come from a pint all the way up to a 5-gallon bag. Okay, so this you'll be able to put in your 5-gallon bucket. You'll store a lot of food. And if you have just a small amount of herbs, just a small amount of items, you can put them in your pint bag. There is a link in the description below that will tell you exactly how many cc oxygen absorbers that you will pair with each bag. I will let you know though, if your food is dense like flour, cornmeal, anything that's powdery, you're going to need less oxygen absorber because there's less air space between your food. However, if you have less dense food like your grains, your beans, pasta, you will need to add additional oxygen absorbers to be able to remove all the oxygen that's within that container. Now, your oxygen absorbers don't absorb air. It will only take out the oxygen from your container, not the air. And I'm going to show you how to solve that problem a little bit when we get to fill in our Mylar bags. Now, there are certain things that you will not put in Mylar bags. For instance, you won't put your nuts there because it will have a lot of oil. The oils in the brown rice, your wheat flour, your nuts, they will cause your food to go rancid inside the bag. So those you will not use. So your white rice, your unbleached flour, a lot of your peas, beans, things like that, you will put in your Mylar bag. Some people may say, well, if I have a garden, why do I need to store food? Think about the time of Joseph, right? They had 7 years of famine. They were eating off the land. And then what happened? They had no food for 7 years. They had to store up. Similarly, we have a garden, but still, I love storing food because you harvest your produce. You have to wait for your produce to give you another harvest. While you're waiting, you're enjoying what you have been saving. So if you think that this is not relevant to you, just think about how history has happened and how history will repeat itself. So now we're going to get into practical ways of storing our food to make sure 30 years from today, we will be enjoying our food. Now let's get into the practical steps of filling our bags, and I'll tell you exactly what you will need. Well, you will not need to get a whole lot of supplies. Using Mylar bags is very simple. You need your bags, your oxygen absorbers, and a sealer. again, of course, the food that you're going to be putting in. But you will definitely need a means to seal your bag. I have a cheap flat iron here. If you don't have a flat iron and you have a food saver, you can. If you have a vacuum sealer works great, especially if you have items that have a lot of airspace, like your macaroni or beans. That will work wonders. In regards to the vacuum sealer, the seal is rather thin when you do your sealing, so I always finish off whatever I use with the vacuum sealer with a flat iron. So that's all you need, and you will need an extra pair of hands. It will be great if this is a family activity, right? So you gather all your materials and you get your family members together and you work in bulk, in group. The simplest way to get food to preserve for long term that I have found is to buy in bulk. Buying wholesale is always less expensive in my mind than buying retail. And if you have a lot of sale, if you see something that's on sale, you may not need it right away, so you can stock up, you can preserve it for later. So determine what you want to buy, what you want to store, gather your items, get an extra pair of hands, make sure you have enough Mylar bags, make sure you have enough oxygen absorber, and then you get started. So I'm going to tell you what we're going to do, and then I'm going to invite my extra pair of hands, my lovely helper, to join me. When you set out your Mylar bags, you don't want to open your oxygen absorber immediately. I cannot tell you how soon they'll start working, but they will start absorbing oxygen, and you only want them to absorb the oxygen within your bag. So we're going to get our bags, we're going to pack our bags, and then once we have our bags packed, we will put our oxygen absorbers in. In the past, I have made the mistake of buying oxygen absorbers with like 50 in one pouch. And that means I have to process 50 items immediately or find a way to store the leftover oxygen absorber. So to solve that problem, what I started looking for is absorbers that are packaged with less. I can buy 50, but I'm getting 5 pouches with 10. Does that make sense? So you have a smaller amount of oxygen absorber. I love Wallaby for food storage because they give a lot of items. It gives you the instructions of, how to store your food. It comes with different size, like this is a multi-pack pouch. So it comes with different size bags, from the pint bag all the way up to 1 gallon bag. And it comes with labeled oxygen absorbers. So I have 200 cc and 400 cc so that I can fill my food. And what I extremely like about this, it has this Ziploc. So if I were to open this bag, use it, and I don't want to reseal it, I have that Ziploc ability to seal my food. So I'm going to go in here, and because today we're going to be doing rice, beans, and pasta, I'm going to grab a 400 cc and a 200 cc oxygen absorber. I'm going to get set up, and I'll bring you back with me. All right, so I have my wonderful helpmeet on set with me because remember, this is a team effort, family project. So we're going to be preserving food because you need to eat and I have to feed you. So let's do this. So for today, what we're going to do, we're going to be preserving some lentils, pasta, and rice.
Okay, I'm excited about this.
Yes, me too. With the pasta, you can do 5 pounds of pasta in each Mylar bag for the 1 gallon, right? Okay. It comes with 6. We're going to do 5 of them. So if you want to go ahead and open that for me. And these are individually packed. So if you're worried about 5 pounds of pasta, you can get 5 1 pound or a 3 pound and a 2 pound. You can do spaghetti, you can do macaroni, penne pasta, whatever pasta you and your family uses.
We're just going to... I love pasta because it's easy.
Exactly.
Easy for me. So when my wife ever asks me to cook something, this is my go-to.
Spaghetti. And it goes right below the lining of the zipper seal. So this is perfect. So just go ahead and throw these in. And again, remember, we're going to package our food first, all our food, before we put in our oxygen absorber. And the packets that I have, these are packaged in 10, so I'm gonna do 10 bags. The great thing about these, eventually they'll stand on their own. So that's great. So you have 3, 2 more. Thank you. And 1.
Even my boys love to cook pasta, so they cook for me, actually. Let me be honest.
Yeah.
If my wife says cook pasta, I'll get my boys to cook it.
And they do a very good job. All right, so the pasta is done. Next thing, we're gonna get the bag, and then we're gonna do the lentil. And I'm just gonna close it right there and put it down so it makes it easier to do the rest.
I remember this is the first thing I learned how to cook lentils. And have I ever cooked lentils for you?
Yes, and I picked out all the beans.
How is that possible?
I did not like beans, to be honest. I did not grow up enjoying peas, beans. I always thought it was weird seeing so many grains in my plates. So I would eat around all the beans.
So let's get this right. I made bean soup and you ate around the beans.
It sure did. But now I appreciate beans. It's healthy and it's good for you, so make sure you eat your beans. Now, if you could open that bag of rice for me, we're gonna do the same thing. And you may be wondering, okay, so I live alone, I have no hands to help me. Does that mean I can't store food? Well, no, it just means you gotta be really quick, especially when it comes on to putting your oxygen absorber in. And I have 4 pounds of beans in this bag, and I think I can fit another 4 pounds. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Let's get them in there.
To make up for the space. So this is the pasta. You can use a knife. And then we have lentils. And rice and beans are some things, 2 of the things. Oh no, it's too much. Okay, we're gonna have to pour out some. You don't want it to be over full. I'm not sure if you can see that, because then you will not be able to get a seal. So let's pour back some. And I knew this would only fit about 5 pounds. I was trying to push it, but.
What do you think?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that should be good.
Oh, I'm not such a good helper after all.
The great thing about working in the kitchen is you have fun making a mess, and then you have fun cleaning it up. So we have 2 bags down, and remember I have 10 absorbers. So we're gonna see how many bags we can get. All right, so our food is all tucked away nicely in our bags. We have our rice, our beans, our pasta. The next step, you wanna go ahead and label your bags. If you order the Wallaby, it will come with dissolvable labels. If you don't have labels, just simply get a Sharpie and you can write on your bags. But this is what it looks like. Very important, because you want to know exactly what's in your bags and the date. The date is also important because you want to know when that 30-year cutoff is, and you want to make sure you're using up your food before then. Okay, so wherever on your bag you find space, just go ahead and affix a label of some kind on it. And if you fail to label and you close your bag, sometimes you can feel and tell what's in your bag, like the rice, you'll be able to feel it and tell. You may not be able to tell what kind of rice, but you'll be able to tell it's rice. And the beans, while you may not be able to differentiate pinto from red bean, you know, you can tell that it's beans based on how it feels. So very important, label your bags, and then that will bring us to, this one has lentils already. Okay, the final step of putting in our oxygen absorber. Now my gallon, I have the 1.5 gallon bags, and then I have a 2-quart bag. With the rice, I am going to be putting in 800 cc oxygen absorber. So I'm gonna put in 2 in each of the rice, and the pasta I'm going to put in 3. I have tons of oxygen absorber, so I can do that. If you have very little, you wanna follow.
So what's the general rule? Is there one?
The general rule is for the one, well, the link is in the description, so they'll be able to see. But if the food is dense, you don't have to put in more. Less dense food, you want to add more oxygen absorber. Okay, and then we're going to open this bag now. We're going to put them in. You want to make sure you're squeezing out the air prior to zip. We're going to leave a small space in the zip so we can tuck the absorber in.
Okay.
Okay. And if you are working alone and you want to do this, once you fill your bag, just lean your bag over, put the absorber all the way to the back, and then basically just cover it so it's not just absorbing the air. So you're going to put the absorbers in and then I'll seal.
Okay, I didn't understand because let's start over. So
just for clarity, we're going to put in our oxygen absorbers. You're going to zip it and then I'll seal.
okay.
All right, we are on the same page. Let's get going. So I'm going to open this, and we just have to move really, really quick. Just remember, you're going to put 2, and I'll just help you. So let's just do it together. We're going to put 2 in each bag with the rice. And then you're going to just close it really tight, squeezing out the air. So just press it down a bit and then zip it. Because the absorber is not going to remove the air from the bag, it's only going to take out the oxygen. All right, so you can help the process just by squeezing out the air and then zipping your bag. This one is missing absorbers, so for the ones that do, you can use a flat iron, you can use a closed iron, you can use a sealer, and you're just going to make a nice tight seal on your bag so that no air will be able to get in. And then that's the process. We're just going to repeat this until all our bags are sealed. And if you want to open another pack of the 400 cc.
Now let's just seal these first.
Okay. So I'll seal them.
How much do they cost? Are they expensive?
What's that?
The oxygen absorber?
If you buy the bags will come with the absorber, but you can go and you can purchase the absorbers by themselves. You can get a pack of 50, that's the 400 or 500 cc oxygen absorbers for about $20, $25 just for the absorbers by themselves. In some cases, once you open this bag, if you use it, you can just cut below the seal and reuse the bag and just reseal it. So if you open it, you use some of the items and it's not something you want to use again for a long time.
So those that we used were 400
cc,
and these are 500 cc?
These are 500 cc, yes.
And we're going to use 2 again?
We're going to use 1 and this one in the beans. Actually, no. Yes, we're going to use 1 500 and 200 in the beans.
Okay, and the previous was 400.
400.
So we just need 1 of each.
1 of each, yes.
Okay.
And the pasta, I'm going to do more.
And the smaller bags, how many?
The smaller bags, we're just going to do 1 of the 500 or 2 of the 400.
Okay. And here we can see a pink. Did you tell them about that already?
Yes. You want to make sure that your absorber indicator is pink. If it's pink, it's good. Another way to tell if your absorbers are good, if when you take it out of the bag and you feel it, if it feels soft, it's good. If at any point in time your absorber feels hard, then that's the time you throw it out because you know it's already been used up.
Okay.
Okay, so I have 1 more bag of rice to seal, and then that bag of rice is not done. All right. If you're just using a 5-gallon bucket and you want to just put that 5-gallon bucket full of rice, flour, whatever you need, you can just drop a 2000 cc or a 2500 cc oxygen absorber in the Mylar bag in the 5-gallon bucket.
How many are in here? 10?
10, yes.
So if I look at and do the math, it looks like we
1,
have
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bags. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 with 5. So we can do 5, 5, 5, 5, and then put 5 in these and maybe double that. So let's do the 500 first. I'll package this one.
So you just need 1 of those?
1 in here, 1 in here, 1 in there. I'm gonna put 2 in this one. 1. I'm just gonna put 2 in here and 1 more in the rice. And that should be good. so we don't need to open that 200 cc. And just close them as quick as possible. Try to squeeze out all the air. I just do that by pressing down. Again, if you have a food saver with a vacuum, you can vacuum your bag. It works just as great as if you remove all the air. And you press it down. Once you open your oxygen absorber, they start working immediately. And look at this. You see the color changed? It's no longer pink, but they may turn blue or they may turn purple. Some of them have even been known to go black, and that shows that it has already started absorbing the oxygen.
Now, once we seal them, how do we store them? Do we have to store them somewhere dry and cool and dark?
Well, with the Mylar bags, you of course do not want to store any food near a heat source. So you want to store them in a cool, dry area. Remember, they are also moisture resistant, but just for health and safety reasons, you don't want to put them somewhere that's moist.
Can you remind me, what are the enemies against food storage?
Light, moisture, and oxygen.
Light,
right.
moisture, and oxygen.
Yeah, so anywhere you won't have any of those enemies is good to store your items. Okay?
All right.
We will actually do another video just showing people, you know, where can I store these? What's the best place to put them? Because that's a question I get from a lot of people.
Right. And also, just in case you're thinking, well, I don't need to store any food, I'll just grow my own food. Well, let me tell you, like I said earlier, my first experience gardening, I actually failed. And so it doesn't matter how much experience you have gardening, you may have a bad season. Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure that you are prepared. Just like in the Bible times, you mentioned Joseph.
Yes.
There was a famine coming. What are you going to do when there's a famine in the land? There's no rain, no water. You're going to have to need some food stored up. And we're faced with some future that is uncertain. So we want to make sure we're ready at every angle. We don't want to put all our eggs in one basket, as it were.
Yes, and you know, you don't necessarily have to get any expensive tools to be able to store your food. I have the food saver because I do other things with that machine. But a cheap flat iron, if you can go to Five Below, get a flat iron, that's all you need. If you already have a clothes iron, you can use your clothes iron. Also to seal your bags, you know, just whatever will be able to give you that heat source to put your bags together. And that's it. Now, say for instance, we did all of this and then you realize that you have one bag without an oxygen absorber. If you have no absorber left, it would make sense to go ahead and open a new pack just to get one out. I actually did one a few days ago where I packaged yeast flakes and I forgot to put the oxygen absorber in. So what I did, I just labeled my bag, put the date on there, put no absorber. So when I go to store this, it's not a waste because it's completely dry, right? So I will just put this at the front of the food storage pantry so that I know to use this one first. So you want to rotate.
That's going to be the first one you use.
Exactly, yes.
These
so these
other
are going
ones,
to the back.
They'll last the 30 years.
Right.
So when we make your food last 30 years, it's not just a hook. It actually lasts for 30 years.
Yes. And just to show you, when your bags have been completely sealed, you may get them as compact as this. This is basmati rice that we store, and feel it. Feel how hard that feels.
Yeah, that feels good.
Because there's no air in there, there's no oxygen. However, this is not the only indicator that your food is properly preserved, because I may have another bag that I store, but it's not as compact as that. Does that mean that it failed? No. Remember, your absorbers, they will only absorb oxygen and not necessarily air. So when you're storing, if you're not pressing out all the air outside of the bag, then you will have that, it will not be as tight as this bag. So you want to make sure that you're pressing out all the air out of the bag as much as possible if you want it to be tight and compact. And again, if you have any concern with this, you think you didn't do such a great job, then just put it at the beginning at the front of your pantry.
That's right. So if you love watching my wife give you more information, make sure you like the video.
Yes.
Because when you like the video, then the algorithms do something special, don't they? And a lot of people get to watch what my wife is doing. So please make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Amen. I agree. One final point. If when you're storing your food and you run out of space in your bag, well, as we were doing earlier, we had to do some manipulation and adjust our bag. So if you only have a tad bit left, don't waste your bag. It doesn't make sense. Put this in a mason jar or put it in your freezer until you can get enough to dry the item that you put in the freezer, and then fill your bag, because they cost money, right? So we don't want to waste space in our bag. Now,
Or you could use it.
Or you could use it, but I would have loved if I have a lot more.
Right.
You can get smaller bags if you are by yourself and you need smaller serving size. And if, for instance, I open this bag and I want to add more beans or take some beans out, when I cut it, I can just use a flat iron and reseal again. Okay, so there is so much you can do with the Mylar bag, with the oxygen absorber, but the ultimate goal is to get that 30-year shelf life on your food. So I hope this video was informative for you. I hope you've got something out of it. You can practice some of the steps that you saw here. If you have any questions, again, put them in the comments section below. Remember, the oxygen absorber to the type of food is in the description box, so you can go ahead and check that out, and like, share, and
subscribe
so you never miss an episode. Well, that's it from Seed Time and Harvest. Happy preserving, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Take care.